This is a sequel to a book that I wrote prior to this called A Public Faith. And in this first book, I try to argue that we live in a pluralistic environment of today, and that kind of nostalgia for unified Christian America and Christian cultures is simply that nostalgia, and that it's not necessarily a Christian vision at all. I try to give theological reasons why it's not so bad for Christians to be in a position of marginality, one among many groups within a larger society. Now, the second book, Public Faith in Action, was written as a sequel, and it simply asks the question, well, let's assume that that's true, that we live in a pluralistic setting, but we're still followers of Jesus Christ. What does it mean to take one's faith seriously, but to honor the pluralistic situation in which we find ourselves? What does it mean in terms of our commitments? What should guide our political and more broadly public engagements? What kinds of decisions, deliberations do we need to engage as we think about public engagement, as we think about public space and what happens in it? What kind of virtue should characterize us? And in some way, it's a way of thinking of us of Christians from a position of one among many players, maybe even marginal players, but still concerned for the public good. How do we get our concern for public good? How do we act in public interest out of deep convictions that we have, while honoring others who have equally deep convictions which differ from ours?